saw my last video, or maybe you surfed on this one, whatever the case is. The first major preparation is brains. Alright, you need two kinds of knowledge. You need knowledge of skills and practical knowledge. Alright, first one I dabbled on a little bit. Like, what would you do if you were robbed, you had nothing left at all? You knocked on a door, you were so hungry that your guts were trying to digest themselves. And someone puts a big gun in your face and says, "Get off my property. Unless you have something to give me, get the off of my property." Alright, someone does that. What do? You're going to starve and die anyway. If you offer them some sort of skill, something that they happen to need, odds are you'll be accepted and you'll be able to eat at least for a day. I recommend that it's going to be a very difficult time, but truth be told, you're going to need to have some kind of skill to get by. You're going to need to have knowledge. On this table, I have a wide range of knowledge that people might find interesting and useful during this particular collapse catastrophe. I've got this one here, a paramedics textbook. Keep in mind these books normally would be fairly expensive. At a half-price bookstore, I paid less than $10 for all of them, even the paramedics textbook. That one contains knowledge of various medical procedures. If you can, though, try to get a class, in something like that. Being able to have medical skills would be wonderful, absolutely wonderful, as in too valuable to lose to any kind of survival. The U.S. Army Survival Handbook, it focuses primarily on wilderness survival, escape and invasion, improvising tools. Let us hope that the collapse doesn't get to the point where you would actually have to do this. But if you had to go out into the woods for some reason to escape, you're going to want to read it. Got other book like The Joy of Cooking. Have you ever tried to live off of just rice, beans, and water without anybody knowing how to cook? Well, this book has a lot of recipes, especially from scratch recipes that not very many other cookbooks have. And if you have someone who can turn table scraps into usable, tasty meals, I don't think they'll be wanting to get rid of that person anytime soon. We got books on organic vegetable gardening. If you think that there's going to be fertilizer or seeds and stuff, there isn't. You are going to want to stock up on the seeds and stuff now, if you can. I noticed something particularly disquieting is a lot of the stores, particularly the larger chain stores, got rid of all their seed supply early this year. Normally they keep it till about late August, early September, and then send it to the manufacturer. The manufacturer bought back all of their stocks of seeds earlier than normal this year. If that isn't a red flag, I really don't know what is. One particularly good one as far as gardening goes is Gardening When It Counts. It's got a lot of information. See, not too many pictures, but a lot of good information on what to plant together and how to grow a garden and make it feed yourself and your family. And this is the first year that I actually decided to do a real garden as an experiment more than anything else, to see what grows, what doesn't grow. I use that book actually. Truth be told, it's back-breaking work, okay? I'm not going to lie to you, it is work. and so far I've gotten modest returns because of the not so wonderful weather we've had this year. I wouldn't count on it as your primary food preparation method, but it is what it is. Other things, like, for instance, this book of home preserving that I got here. Preserve your food. You might want to learn that skill. Not just by canning, but dehydration, other means. Anything like that. And last but not least, why not a holy book or two? I've got a Bible here. In this case, it's a collegiate study Bible. So it's got lots of notes and essays that other regular versions of the Bible don't have, as well as a standard copy of the Bible. Pretty nice, because there's lots of information in there that would help soothe your soul during rough times. Also got a Bhagavad Gita. It's one of the Hindu holy books. A lot of the universal truths are the same between the different holy books. With that aside, someone who can act as some sort of pastor or counselor type person, that's a skill that people might want too. Because if stuff gets really, really bad, people turn to God. That's the way it is. Let's not forget other things, like, for instance, mechanical repair. People are going to want to keep what machines they have that still work running for a good period of time. You have the ability to fix, like, communications equipment or anything of that nature. You would be in the too valuable to lose category as well. You want to be in that category. Of course, other things like security skills, policing skills, tracking, hunting, any of those type of skills also will be valuable, as well as practical knowledge on how to build stuff, like construction type skills. The more you can cram in your head, the more you can put in there, the better off you are going to be. Because right now, you have the chance to get the knowledge, and don't just get a book. Because you can read one of these, if you don't have anybody to teach you, you're going to be lost. One overlooked skill, for instance, is a math book. You might want that because you can teach people how to do math, and that'll help you ration out the different supplies. I mean, there's so many things, but right now, what I suggest strongly is put as much between your ears between now until the end of September as you possibly can, alright? Just pack it in there. Well, there's still someone to teach you. It's going to be rough, but the more you know, the more mentally prepared you are, the better off you're going to be when the inevitable occurs. You will be safe. You will be okay. Just keep your head. Enough said.